Hi, I'm Allison Iraheta, and this is Bridge the Atlantic.
Hey, how's everyone doing for Bridge the Atlantic? I am singer-songwriter Marcio Valley from Canada.
And I'm music web designer Ross Barber-Smith from Scotland.
And you are watching ENCORE, a show featuring advice for musicians from the industry's finest. If you're new here, subscribe.
Today we're joined by Allison Iraheta out of Los Angeles, lead singer of Halo Circus, former American Idol contestant, and backup singer for Ricky Minor's house band on various TV shows.
Allison, so you've done an extensive amount of touring. So we'd love to hear any advice you'd offer to other artists who are going out on the road. You know, what would be the biggest piece of advice you'd offer to help artists make the most out of their live shows?
Well, I'll say that on this tour we learned a lot on this tour. I'm going to start with Priceline. Priceline has been so awesome to us. Getting those last minute express deals. We've been staying at 4-star hotels for like $47. It's freaking amazing. We're all about saving money here, and
as you should be, and as every artist should be. I
mean, you know, we've definitely been a do-it-yourself band from the beginning. So. We've done some really weird things that have made our live shows and even back and forth with our bands a lot more personal. Pre-order campaigns was a big one. We've done that a few times.
And did you find that helped make it feasible for you to go out on the road? Is that the idea? So doing some pre-order on tickets or albums? What are you doing?
On the album. So like for this album, we did a pre-order campaign and we offered lunches with fans and that helped, you know, get us out there. I sold some drawings. We did a thing with a drawing I did while we were writing the album. I think, you know, right now we're at a stage in the music industry where the more personal you can get with your fans, the better, and they're down to help. And when you let them in on the reality of the state of the industry, which is, you know, when you're a brand new band starting up, there is no money. They're really interested in helping and learning. So. You know, pre-order campaigns and keeping it very personal. I
like that because we can all whine and cry about the industry not being the same as it used to be.
Right.
But the thing is, years ago, people weren't really doing these sort of things that we can do today. Like, you can just put out a tweet, hey, who wants to pre-order my album and get a special drawing for me for an extra few bucks? You win, I win.
Right.
I'm interested. Awesome, sweet. Now I can go on tour because I've made it. It's such, you don't see a lot of bigger bands doing things like that either because they're still on a machine, you know? That is an amazing thing that we can do. And it really seems like you're thinking outside the box and it's, you know, you're still doing something genuine. What can you offer exclusively to some people who want something a bit more exclusive?
Yeah, and then you start narrowing down on people that, you know, are interested in going to live shows. And that's a conversation that's really cool to start up again because, you know, everything's so easily accessible online that most people don't want to go and see a live show anymore. So starting up that conversation, and then that just makes you want to put together a really banging live show because all these people have invested, you know.
Well, that's what I want to ask you then. So I agree. It's a whole different world now. People just don't go to live shows like they used to. You know, how do you go about it as an artist who wants to go on tour? How do you even get the motivation to get on the road if you're not sure if people are even going to be coming out? You know, and, you know, for one, how do you get the motivation? And two, how do you get other people motivated to come out on both ends? You know, how do you get the artist motivated and the fan?
I think you know, our whole thing has been doing a lot of pre-order campaigns, and our first tour for Bunny was a crowdfunded tour. So we did something where people could choose the town and start like a money fund where if you got to $600, we'd go to your town. We were going to just random places where people were just sharing with their friends and family And that's the cool thing about the internet, like you said, with Twitter. I mean, just getting to people and letting them know. It's a constant thing that you can't really drop the ball on, because people want to see you moving and doing stuff. So
how important do you think touring still is today? Do you think that, with the internet and how personal you can be with people with live streams and sharing just about every aspect as much as we want of our lives, how important do you think touring still is?
I think it's extremely important. Because it requires an extra push in order to get people out there. I think overall, it's not as important as it used to be. I mean, I'm coming from LA, where you have to buy a night, to play. And that's something that a lot of artists and musicians are struggling with right now. Is club owners aren't interested in having an interesting band from another town come in and play and it be a good night. It's everyone's losing money, so they need to make sure that you have ticket sales and that you have numbers, and they're going to go look at your Spotify numbers. But it's
so
like
you need to show you can get booked you need to show you can I can't think of the word.
You got to show that you can
fill the room. Yeah.
But it's
to get booked, but you
interesting.
can't bring the numbers if you don't get booked.
Right.
So,
and it's the circle. It doesn't really quite make sense, because the numbers they're looking at are online numbers and people that don't leave their homes. But those are the numbers they're looking at. So it's a constant, and it's constantly changing right now, which is also very interesting.
But I think nothing will ever change being in the same room with somebody and being able to give them a hug after, or say to your face how much they love your music. You know what I mean? Like, as much as social media has amazingly brought us together, I think it's more difficult. Having said that, it's still more difficult, I think, to get on the road today than it used to be, because it's just, like you said, there's so many aspects to it. There's just not the support from the promoters anymore, and a lot of people don't want to come out to shows. But I definitely commend you that you get out there, you still do it, and you have people coming out, and that's just fantastic. So thanks so much for joining us on Encore. That was very, very enlightening.
And if you want more from us, you can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. If you want to pick up one of our shirts, visit our website and use the coupon code BTA Rocks to receive 20% off your order.
That's right. This episode was brought to you by our patrons and Social Surge, your source for social media marketing and online music promotion. Check them out, because they do what, Ross?
They keep the show alive. And if you would like to sponsor the show and become an official Bridger, join us on Patreon from as little as $1 per month. Not only will you be able to showcase your band or brand to our amazing audience, but your support will allow us to keep bringing you weekly videos here at Bridge the Atlantic.
That's right. And maybe next time Ross will stop twisting his tongue on every word.
Can't guarantee that. Can't guarantee that.
All right. We'll see you guys later. Have a good one.
Bye.